everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and I am the hostess of this podcast. And, uh, mm, sorry, I'm trying to think what I want to say next. And in this podcast, we talk about knitting and spinning and dyeing of yarn. I just had a totally blank out moment. Um, and I do all of that in my house outside of Lima, Ohio, where I live with my puppy dog. And I don't know if you can see my kitty cat back on the bed. And my dear husband, who isn't here right now, or else I'd have him on here too. So, anyways, I'm so happy to be visiting with you guys today. And I'm taping on the right day, at the right time, and that's because I don't have a showing of the house until 5:30 tonight. So, the funny thing is, I look around and I think, should I straighten this more? Does it look okay? Anyways, today is April 16th, and this is episode number 162. You can find me online on Ravelry as Napier's Knits. I forgot what it was called. I was going to say Napier's Yarns, and no. And you can find me also on Ravelry on our podcast group, which is Naturally Kim's Knitting Podcast Group. You can find me on Instagram as knittin_Kim, and my Etsy store is Napier's Knits. And you can find me on YouTube, Blogger, and WordPress as Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be going back and forth. I used to tell my kids when I taught that you don't see me ever totally still. I think I'm always moving. Anyways, how are all you guys today? I'm a little tired. Just from the showing of the house. We have an issue with our house that has been with the house before we even bought it. And my husband said it was soon after it was built that it happened. And somebody ran into the foundation of our garage. Just on the one side. It's not a supporting wall or anything. Well, we didn't do anything about it because it wasn't a supporting wall, not a big deal. But that's the one thing that everybody is looking at and turning them off of the house. So my husband is trying to call contractors to come in and give estimates of, how much it would cost. Can you get it done on our timeline? Because my late neighbor's sons would like to have it resolved in a month, whether we're going to move there or move someplace else. So, yeah, we don't have a whole lot of time to figure out what we're going to do here, even though a month sometimes seems like... Sometimes it seems like if I'm showing this house for a month, I'm going to go crazy. But other times it's like, okay, you know what, the house is good, I just have to do dusting and vacuuming and wiping and all that stuff. But that's normal stuff. Sorry, got talking on my moving tangent. There's certain things that get me talking a lot. Moving, my beautiful, beautiful grandchildren, hi Genevieve and Tobias, and my beautiful children, Molly and Ian, and their beautiful spouses, Rachel and Jeremiah. Just love this family. And then you get me talking about my sister-in-law, Jennifer, and her husband, Lauren. And oh my goodness. I have been so blessed with this family. Anyways, so like I said, you get me talking about that. You get me talking about knitting. And I don't want to stop. So, there's lots of things that, as a chatterbox, I hope that, and as somebody who's been coming with you, or to you for quite a while, I hope you don't mind the chattiness. Well, talking about knitting. This is crazy. The socks that I keep in my sunflower bag stays in my go bag because these socks are stockinette. The problem is we get over to my late neighbor's house because that's where we go. And in order to keep the puppy still, I have to keep petting her. And it's hard to knit and pet at the same time. So I haven't made a whole lot of progress on this. This is that Chroma fingering weight, and this is in the wildflower colorway. It won't be long till I'm ready for a heel, but I feel like I said that last week. Yeah. So hopefully this week I could get heels done on here. I got heels done on the other socks I'm doing. I don't know why. Boy, how did I do that? Anyway, so here's the other one. They are about the same length, aren't they? Yes, they are. So these are going to be for the soup kitchen. I love chroma fingering. I don't know. Some people don't. Some people say that it splits too easily. That's never been an issue for me. Oh, but I love those socks, but I am giving them away. Then, with the craziness of life right now, it's taken me forever to finish a chemo cap. Can you believe that? A chemo cap. So I'm right there on this one. This is a smaller one than the last one I made out of this yarn. So I'm not sure where I'm going to start the crown at. But this is some of my home dyed yarn. And yeah, like I said, it's a little bit smaller. I like it, but I've got to figure. And oh, that's right. Last week I was on the ribbing, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the body of the hat. Well, I decided stockinette stitch. So, anyways, I have high hopes of finishing things. We'll see what happens. Heels, a hat now. I would love to finish this because I would love to wear it. This is Mina Phillips, the Knitting Expat sweater, the not so small nugget sweater. Oh, look at my show notes. Sorry, Mina, I didn't mean to butcher that. Not so little nugget pullover. There we go. Because it's for grown-ups, not for, look at this arm. This is where is it? Okay, when I stopped last week, I was there. I put a progress marker, and I got all the way through the hem, and I decided to cast on the sleeve, and the sleeves are meant to go along with the body of the sweater. Look at that. Look at, I'm doing pretty good. So yeah, I love this. I cannot wait to wear this. It's a light enough sweater that I can wear this on a slightly chilly day. I could take this to California with me if I wanted to. And if it weren't that I decided that, there, I'll just wear it like this. If it weren't that I decided that I'm going to leave behind some of the things I take to the UK with me next year, I was thinking this would have been perfect. I guess I could wear it there and wear it back. I could do that. So, anyways, this isn't this gorgeous? And like I said, it's stockinette stitch. She tells you how to make the collar, and it's top down, how to figure out how many inches your stripe should be, and all of that. And I wanted mine to start off with this red, then go to this brownish, and then hit different shades of green. I love it. Sorry, that messed up the light. Sorry about that. I can't wait to finish that, just so I could wear it. Another one I can't wait to finish, which I told you last week. My throwback cardigan by Drea Knits. What's her name? Got to get it right if I'm going to give her credit. By Drea Renee Knits. I said there was another word in there. Well, I had to rip it out last week because it was just so big on me. However, a design change that I made that I'm going to keep in this time because my husband said it looked good too, is I'm going to make the band and the cuffs. I'm going to represent each of the colors in those. So, yes, I had to start over. Look, I'll show you the back. So I made it that far. It's because I don't have a whole bunch, not like I've had in the past, but I don't have a bunch on my needles. My problem is I love knitting everything. I'm knitting right now. So when I sit down, I have to sit there and go, well, you know, if I'm doing my Pilates ball, I do my chemo cap then. Okay, I know. I've not been doing the Pilates ball then. But I've been walking and I've been, yeah. I think stress should be counted as a calorie buster. So I've got the 2 sweaters, 1 pair of socks, and then I've got my daughter-in-law's socks. And I'm not going to show you the pattern. You just have to imagine. It is a sock that will tell the story of my son's and Rachel's courtship and marriage. But there is the sole. And I just finished the heel with the ribbing. I finished the second one last night. I was determined. I had worked on the sweaters yesterday during the day. And so when I sat down last night, I went, I need to work on socks. I need to work on socks. So I sat down and I worked on the socks. Yeah. So I forgot. I got out of my routine. I'm going to have a sip of my tea. It's cardamom cinnamon, which is good for inflammation and lots of things that, you know. And can't remember if it's blood pressure or cholesterol. Anyways, so I try to drink. I have a small little, like a Mr. Coffee carafe. And so I usually start off the morning to get me going with a pot of black tea. And then I put my cardamom cinnamon because it's decaf. So, I'm sorry, I'm just blathering on, aren't I? Some of you say you don't mind it because it's like visiting with a friend. And I guess that's where I am today. I need somebody to talk to besides my puppy. My husband comes home from work and he's been cleaning the garage. Now I have to, he's probably going to watch this, but there are things that are out in that garage that are probably in the same boxes as when we moved in, such as college textbooks. We have been out of college many, many years. These are his books. I either used or donated my teaching books to either the library or the teaching school when I retired. So, yeah, we did find something. And if my son's watching, if he was, I'd be shocked. If Rachel were watching, I'd be shocked. They have such busy lives. But when my daddy died, he had this model. He used to love putting together models of ships. And there was this model of a clipper that he had made. And when my daddy passed away, Ian wanted that. That was the only thing he wanted. It's still in the garage. My daddy died in 97. I only know because I graduated with my teaching certificate a month after my daddy died. I don't mean to be getting morbid there, but you know, I forgot to talk about the knit-alongs that we're doing right now. We have a finished object knit-along, which there might have been 1 or 2 people who put things in there. All you have to do for that is finish an object, a crafty object. I don't care what it's made of. I don't care what the craft is. It applies to you, Rick, because you do woody things. Well, whenever you finish them, put it in there. Take a picture, put it in. And if it's from a design, or a pattern, just give a name or tell me what the name of it is. Hey, it's simple. And then you have your name put in for drawings for things. Usually patterns for the finished object. Patterns up to $5 for the finished object. Now we also have the sweater knit or crochet along. And the main rule for that is we don't count the little minis. You can make baby sweaters. You can make toddler sweaters. You can make sleeveless sweaters. I don't care. You know what? If it's made of yarn and you finish it, put a picture in there. If it's from a pattern, put the name of the pattern. I was going to put my throwback sweater at the top of that thread, but that's not going to happen. What did I say the date of today is? Boy, I'm forgetful. 16th. I hopefully will have the have Mina's sweater finished. I could put the picture of that. Now, I won't be eligible for a pattern. I mean, that would be silly. If I want a pattern, and if I had the extra money to spend, I would just go get a pattern. You guys all know I'm saving for my trips. I don't have extra money to spend. Anyways, the sweater knit along ends April 30th. So does the finished object knit along. Isn't that handy? Just so you can prepare. Our next knit along is going to be the Knitting Expat Designs. So find your favorite Knitting Expat design. And I want to make the smaller version of the sweater. I'd like to make two, one for Genevieve and one for Tobias. I just have to decide if I'm going to get too tired of the pattern. But anyways, find one of her patterns. Yes, you do have to pay for them. I'm sorry, but you do. Get your yarn together and get ready to start knitting on May 1st on your Knitting Expat Designs. Yay! I'm excited. I love Mina's patterns. When I first found her podcast, the Knitting Expat, I liked her so much that I went back to her first episode and I watched them through. And this was before Layla entered the picture. But now with little Layla, who's growing bigger and bigger, I love watching those things because I don't get to see my grandkids in action very much. And so it's like watching, it's her child, but watching her grow makes me feel so good about my grandbabies. So anyways, we will begin the Knitting Expat knit along beginning of the month, beginning May 1st. And I've been asking, but nobody has stated, would you like that to be a 2 or a 3 month knit along? And the first prize in that is going to be a Knitting Expat Designs pattern of your choice. Any of them. It could be, that'll be the first number I draw. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is have a couple of prizes, and the first number gets to choose one of the prizes. The second, gets to choose what's left, and so on. Whoever responds first. So, that's the way I decided to do it. I hope you guys agree. I hope. I don't know why I'm like this today. Maybe it's because our showing is until 5:30. Okay. No finished objects this week, guys. I was just happy that I got heels done and that I started the sleeve on Mina's and that I got my throwback sweater almost through all the color work on the yoke. To me, that's successful. I would have been able to say throwback sweater, but no. Now, I want to let you know. I've been talking about how Knit Picks is not nice to me because last month they had the tweed yarn on sale. I love tweed yarn. And this month they have my bear yarn that you can use for dyeing. They also are having a huge clearance sale. Tools, books, yarn. Some of the yarn, once it's gone, you'll never see it again. So, if you like Knit Picks, go down to my link and check out their sale. And if you happen to buy something from it, I get a couple pennies. And then I can turn that into prizes or postage. Okay. Haven't been able to change my resolutions for the year yet. And I have turned in 2 or 3 book reviews. One of them was Fish Sandwiches, which is about the feeding of the 5,000 and the feeding of the 4,000 from the Bible. And the author just goes at it from many different angles. Then, if you want to know about the other books that I read, I actually put a link on my blog, just so you can go to it if you're interested. Some of you don't want to hear what I'm reading. I understand that. I am reading a good book right now, though, just a second. The author has put me on her street team. So I am supposed to talk this book up. Anyways, Well, it's not hard to. It's such a good book. And it is called Surrendered. And it's by Jennifer. I'm thinking her name is said Signs. It could be Scenes, Signs, whatever. But she is such a sweetheart. And this book is so good. Surrendered. It comes out, I believe, the end of this month, I believe. I'll let you know more when Jennifer tells me. Because we don't put our book reviews in until April 30th on everything but Goodreads. So, that's why it makes me think it's either coming out 30th or May 1st. I'm not positive, though. Good. It's a good book. When it comes out, you need to check it out. Because whether it's at your library, bookstore, Amazon, whatever. Amazon's my bookstore. Okay, all of my yarn is still $18 plus shipping at Napier's Knits and Etsy, or you can contact me if you want one of them, and I'll be glad to send them to you after we figure out what the postage is. Whew! I feel like my mind's going to explode. It's been an interesting week, and I'm so glad that I'm able to have this time to talk with you guys. I love talking with you. I hope you don't mind. I suppose if you did, you wouldn't let me into your house, would you? Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I hope whatever craft you do is very successful and that you don't make any mistakes. But if you do make mistakes, I hope they're little ones. Love you all. Big, big hugs. And I will talk to you next week. Bye-bye.